Welcome to the most powerful and life-changing video you will ever watch. Because this is not just a book summary. This is your moment of transformation. Have you ever felt like your mind is full of noise? Like you're chasing too many things at once, feeling tired, lost, or not good enough? You try to stay calm, but people test your patience. You try to stay focused, but distractions pull you every second. You try to stay strong, but emotions control you. And in all of this chaos, you forget the most important thing: what really matters. But here's the good news. Books can change that. Yes, books can change your mindset. They are not just paper, they are power. They are not just information, they are transformation. You see, when you read the right book, it doesn't just teach you something. It rewires your brain. It helps you remove all the junk from your mind and finally see clearly. And that's exactly what this book does. The book is called Focus on What Matters by Darius Foro. It is based on Stoic wisdom, the ancient art of staying calm, thinking clearly, and living with power. Inside this book, you will find 70 letters, short lessons, that teach you how to live better, think better, feel better, and become the strongest version of yourself. But today, we have chosen only 20 of the most powerful letters for you. We picked only the best ones, the lessons that can change your life immediately. These are not just for reading, these are for living. And here's something even better. As you listen to this summary, you will also be improving your English vocabulary, listening skills, and understanding. This is not just a book summary. This is mindset training plus English fluency coaching plus life transformation, all in one. So if you're ready to focus on what really matters in your life, if you're tired of wasting your time, energy, and potential, then hit that subscribe button right now, because this channel is not just about watching videos, it's about changing your life. Now let's begin. Chapter 1. Focus on what matters. This is the very first letter in the book, and the most important one. Let me ask you a question. Right now, where is your attention? Is it on your goals, your health, your dreams, your growth? Or is it on what people are saying about you? What your friends are doing? What's trending on social media? What someone did to hurt you 5 years ago? You see, most people spend 80% of their energy on things that do not matter. They argue about small things. They try to impress strangers. They think about the past. They worry about the future. But here's the truth. Your life becomes better only when your focus becomes better. This chapter tells you, stop trying to do everything. Stop trying to fix the world. Fix your focus first. You only have limited energy every day, and if you waste it on distractions, you won't have anything left for your dreams. Imagine this. You have a small candle. If you keep walking around lighting 100 candles at the same time, all will go off. But if you focus on lighting just one, that one flame can turn into a fire. That's what happens when you focus on what really matters. So ask yourself, what do you truly want in life? What are your values? What brings peace to your heart? Now do this. Write down your top 3 priorities. Eliminate anything that doesn't support those 3. Stop saying yes to everything. Start saying yes only to what aligns with your true path. Let's say you want to become a better English speaker, stay healthy, and build a career. Then stop wasting hours arguing on WhatsApp, watching random reels, or comparing your life with others. Instead, read, speak, write, exercise, apply for better work, Listen to positive content. Remember, when your focus is clear, your path becomes simple. And when your path is simple, your life becomes powerful. That's why this chapter is not just a lesson. It's your new philosophy. I don't care about everything. I care about what matters. Chapter 2. The Power of Internal Control. This letter will blow your mind because it reveals a secret. The only thing you control in life is yourself. You don't control the weather. You don't control what others say. You don't control how people treat you. You don't control the economy, the traffic, or your past. But you do control your thoughts, your reactions, your beliefs, your mindset, your daily habits. And that's enough power to change your whole life. The Stoics called this internal control, and Darius says, the moment you start focusing on your internal world instead of the outside world, you become free. Let's break it down. Most people live in reaction mode. Someone insults them, they get angry. Something goes wrong, they panic. They don't get results, they give up. But powerful people live in response mode. Someone insults them, they stay calm. Something goes wrong, they think clearly. They fail, they try again, smarter. You're trying to learn English, you make a mistake. If your mindset is weak, you'll say, I'm stupid, I can't speak. If your mindset is strong, you'll say, good, I learned something. Let me try again. Same situation, but different reaction. And that one small difference decides your future. So how do you build internal control? Pause before reacting. Take 5 seconds before replying to anything emotional. Ask, is this in my control? If not, let it go. If yes, take action. Practice responding instead of reacting. Use your brain, not your mood. Build a strong morning mindset. Every morning, remind yourself, I control my thoughts. I control my actions. I control my life. Because at the end of the day, you are the gatekeeper of your peace. Don't let every opinion enter your mind. Don't let every situation steal your calm. Stay centered. Stay grounded, and train your mind like a warrior. This chapter reminds us of the most powerful truth. When you master yourself, no one can master you. Chapter 3. Stop seeking approval. Let's begin with a question. How many decisions in your life are truly yours? Do you wear those clothes because you like them? Do you speak that way because it feels real to you? Or are you always checking how others will react? This chapter hits deep because most people live their entire lives wearing masks. They say what others want to hear. They do what others expect. They hide their real self, just to be accepted. But here's the truth. If you keep living for other people's approval, you'll never live your real life. Especially for English learners, this is painful and common. People feel afraid to speak because they worry. What if my grammar is wrong? What if they laugh at my accent? What if I look stupid? And guess what happens? They don't speak at all. They stay quiet. They avoid practice. And their progress dies, not because of lack of talent, but because of too much fear. This chapter says, stop trying to impress. Start trying to express. Because when you speak to impress, you're fake. But when you speak to express, you're real. And being real is what builds fluency. Let's say you want to say, I went to the market and bought vegetables. But you think, is it vegetables or veggie tables? What if my sentence is wrong? What if they laugh? So you stay silent. But if you stop seeking approval and say it anyway, even with mistakes, you'll learn faster, speak freer, and grow stronger. Remember, people forget your mistakes. but you will remember the courage you built. This chapter teaches, speak your truth, even if it's broken English. Be proud of your journey, even if it's slow. Stop waiting for the world to clap. Start clapping for yourself. Because when you stop needing validation, you start living with real confidence. Chapter 4. Embrace pain as a teacher. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your best teacher. But here's the problem. Most people hate pain. They avoid it, escape it, numb it. They think pain is a sign of failure. But in reality, pain is a signal that something is growing. Think about it. When your muscles grow, they hurt. When your brain learns, it gets tired. When your heart heals, it breaks first. Imagine a mountain standing tall for thousands of years. It faces strong storms, freezing snow, lightning, and wind that cuts like knives. If the mountain could feel, it would say, "This hurts. The storm is painful. The cold is too much, but that storm is shaping it." The sharp winds carve the rocks. The ice breaks the weak parts. The pressure makes it stronger, sharper, more beautiful, more solid. Without the storm, the mountain would be just a soft hill. But because of the pain, it becomes unshakable. That's how pain works in life too. Your storm is not breaking you. It's sculpting you. You don't grow in spite of the pain. You grow because of it. Chapter 5. Learn from everyone. One of the biggest lies is, you can only learn English from a teacher. No, that's wrong. You can learn from everyone. This chapter tells you that life is your classroom, and every person is your teacher. You can learn from a stranger in a shop, a YouTube comment, a short Instagram reel, a child who says something simple, a song lyric that touches your heart, a podcast sentence that repeats in your mind. But to do this, you must change your mindset from, "I need perfect lessons," to, "Everything around me is a lesson." Imagine a river flows gently through the valley. Along the way, it meets big rocks, sharp stones, mud, branches, and fallen trees. It doesn't fight them. It doesn't say, "Why are you in my way?" Instead, the river flows around them. Sometimes slowly, sometimes with force, sometimes in silence. And because of that, the river learns how to move better. It becomes wider, deeper, smarter. It even creates new paths through land that was once impossible. Lesson: the river learns from everything, even the obstacles. It doesn't complain. It absorbs, adjusts, and grows. Just like that, in life, you can learn from every situation, every difficulty, every silence, even from what seems useless. Nothing is wasted if your mind is open. This is what happens when you train your brain to learn from everyone. You don't wait for school. You don't wait for perfection. You just observe, absorb, apply. This chapter teaches you to keep your mind like a sponge. So wherever you go, you collect wisdom. Even from people you dislike. Even from people who don't speak well. Even from people younger than you. Because learning has no ego. Everyone you meet knows something you don't. So be curious, be humble, and say this every day. Today, I will learn something new from someone unexpected. Chapter 6. Time is your real currency. Most people think money is the most valuable thing in the world, but this chapter destroys that myth. Because here's the real truth. You can earn back money, but you can never earn back time. Time is the only thing that is always moving away from you. Every second you spend, you will never get it again. And yet, we waste it so carelessly. We spend hours arguing about nonsense. We scroll endlessly through other people's lives. We give our precious minutes to people who don't even value us. We delay our dreams, thinking we have forever. But we don't. The clock is ticking, not to scare you, but to wake you up. Imagine a young man. He has a dream to start his own business. But every evening, he watches TV for 3 hours. He says, "I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow." Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And slowly, the fire inside him dies. He didn't lose because he wasn't smart. He lost because he gave his time to the wrong things. Powerful lesson. You are not broke because of lack of money. You are broke because of how you use your time. So how do you fix it? Track your hours like you track your money. Keep a small journal and write, "Where did my hours go today?" You'll be shocked. Create a time budget. Just like you don't spend $1,000 on junk, don't spend 10 hours on meaningless tasks. Ask, does this activity make me grow? Heal? Build? Rest? Be ruthless with your time. Protect your hours from time wasters, gossipers, drama, and distractions. They are stealing your future. If it doesn't add value to my life, it doesn't deserve my time. Because your time is your life. And once you waste it, it becomes your regret. Chapter 7. Keep a calm mind. This chapter speaks to everyone who has ever felt overwhelmed, emotional, or anxious. Let's be honest. We all struggle with our minds. One comment from someone can ruin our mood. One bad day can make us feel like failures. One mistake, and we beat ourselves up for days. But here's what this chapter teaches you. A calm mind is a superpower. In chaos, calm people lead. In pain, calm people heal. In problems, calm people solve. You don't need to shout to be strong. You don't need to panic to be fast. You don't need to cry to be honest. You need clarity, peace, stillness. Imagine two people get bad news at work. They're both laid off. Person A panics. They scream, blame, cry, collapse. Their whole week is destroyed. Person B sits quietly. They take a deep breath. They write down, "Okay, what can I control next?" They update their CV. They apply for 10 new jobs that same evening. Same situation, but two different minds. One broke down. One broke through. That's the difference calm makes. Calm is not about pretending everything is fine. It's about saying, I may not control this situation, but I can control how I respond to it. So how do you build this calmness? Create a pause habit. When something upsets you, do not react. Pause. Breathe. Count to 10. Most emotional pain comes from instant reactions. Give it space. Write it out instead of fighting it out. Instead of exploding, try writing your anger down. Let the page feel your pain, not another person. Practice mind rehearsals. Each morning, imagine 3 things going wrong. Then imagine yourself staying calm. You're training your mind like a warrior. Storms will come, but you can still become the mountain. Let others scream and shake. You, be the calm. Be the strength. Be the light. Chapter 8. The Discipline of Less. Here's something you've never been taught. Most success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing less, but better. This chapter is a complete mindset shift. We've all been told, work more, add more goals, learn more things, do 10 things at once. But this is a trap. The more you chase, the more you scatter your energy. And scattered energy creates average results. This chapter teaches, if you want real peace, real progress, and real power, you must learn the discipline of less. Imagine a girl who wants to get fit. She joins 3 gyms. She buys 10 workout plans. She follows 20 fitness influencers. She changes her diet every 3 days. But nothing works, because her energy is divided. Now imagine another girl. She picks one home workout. She does it every day. She eats simple food. She sleeps early. Result? She gets fit, slowly, powerfully, permanently. That's the power of less, done with discipline. So, how do you apply this? Cut out half your to-do list. Only keep what moves your life forward. Delete what looks productive but means nothing. Create a not-to-do list. What will you stop doing? Examples: stop gossiping. Stop checking your phone every 5 minutes. Stop chasing perfection. Focus on deep work, not busy work. Instead of doing 10 things halfway, do one thing all the way. Say this every morning. I don't need more. I need less noise, more meaning. The message here is simple. Don't be addicted to action. Be addicted to direction. Because life isn't about running in circles. It's about moving forward. With power, with peace, and with purpose. Chapter 9. Be useful, not impressive. This chapter will wake you up. Because most people are busy trying to look impressive. But very few are trying to be useful. Let that sink in. You open social media. Everyone is trying to show, look at my car, look at my vacation, look at my body, look how cool I am. But deep inside, they feel empty. Because showing off is not equal to showing up. This chapter asks you one question. Do you want people to admire you? Or do you want to matter to them? Because here's the painful truth. You can impress thousands and still be useless. But if you're useful to just one person, you've already created impact. 2 people walk into a hospital. One is a man wearing a suit, sunglasses, and a Rolex watch. The other is a nurse in a simple uniform. The man looks important, but the nurse saves lives. Who do you want to be? We live in a world obsessed with image, but this chapter teaches you to focus on your substance. So how can you live this way? Stop performing. Start contributing. Ask, what can I give today? Not, how can I look good? Replace, how do I appear? With, who do I help? If your actions are helping others, you're already shining. Whether anyone notices or not, seek depth, not attention. Attention is loud but short. Usefulness is quiet but permanent. Remember, the world doesn't need more stars. It needs more lamps. Stars shine for themselves. Lamps light the way for others. Chapter 10. Do one thing at a time. In today's world, we are told that multitasking is a skill. That if you're not doing 5 things at once, you're lazy. But this chapter exposes the lie. Multitasking isn't powerful. It's destructive. Because when you chase 5 rabbits, you catch none. Every time you switch from one task to another, your brain pays a price. You lose focus. You lose momentum. You lose depth. And most importantly, you lose your peace. Imagine you're cooking dinner, replying to texts, and watching the news. All at once, the food burns. You send the wrong text. You miss the important headline. You end up feeling tired, irritated, and confused. Now imagine this. You turn off your phone. You focus only on cooking. Slowly, mindfully. You enjoy the smell. You enjoy the process. When it's ready, it tastes amazing. That's the difference focus makes. This chapter isn't just about productivity. It's about honoring the moment. So how do you apply this? Choose one thing. Write it down. Put everything else away. Do it fully. Respect small tasks. Even drinking water. Even folding clothes. Give your full attention. Because how you do small things equals how you do everything. Block distractions. Silence your phone. Turn off notifications. Let your mind breathe. Say this to yourself. Right now, this is the only thing that exists. And I will give it everything I have. The people who do one thing with full attention, are the ones who eventually do great things. Chapter 11. Live with purpose and align with values. This chapter is not just important, it's spiritual. Because it doesn't ask, what do you want to achieve? It asks, why do you wake up in the morning? Most people wake up and go through the day on autopilot. They eat, scroll, work, sleep, repeat. But they never ask, is this who I want to be? Is this the life I truly believe in? Do my actions match my values? That's what living with purpose means. It means you are not floating anymore. You are driving your life. Imagine someone says they care about family, but they're always working late, checking emails during dinner, and missing important moments. That's not alignment, that's contradiction. Now imagine someone says, my health is important, but they eat junk food, never exercise, and sleep at 2 a.m. Again, contradiction. This chapter asks you to wake up and live in alignment. So how do you do that? Write down your 3 core values. What do you believe in deeply? Examples: kindness, truth, simplicity, freedom, love, growth. Now look at your daily actions. Do they reflect those values? If not, what needs to change? Create a why statement. One simple sentence that reminds you why you do what you do. For example, I want to become stronger every day so I can protect and serve the people I love. This becomes your compass. Without purpose, success feels empty. With purpose, even small steps feel divine. So don't just exist. Live with fire inside you. Don't just wake up. Wake up for a reason. Chapter 12. Cultivate gratitude and simplicity. This chapter feels like a quiet hug from life, because it reminds you of something the world often forgets. Gratitude is not about having more. It's about noticing what you already have. In a world that constantly shouts, buy more, do more, be more, we forget to pause and ask, what if I already have enough? This chapter teaches you to stop chasing everything and start appreciating the small things. Imagine a man living in a big city. He owns a nice car, a good job, and a beautiful apartment. But every morning, he wakes up tired. He scrolls through social media and thinks, his car is better than mine. Her house looks bigger. They travel more than me. He feels empty. Now imagine a woman in a village. She wakes up to birdsong. She makes tea and watches the sunrise. She smiles at her children playing in the mud. She says, thank you, life. She owns less, but feels more alive. Why? Because gratitude is not about possessions. It's about presence. Simplicity doesn't mean having nothing. It means needing less to feel joy. Start a gratitude ritual. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you are grateful for. No matter how small. A smile, a meal, a breeze, a lesson. Practice. Silent mornings. Don't grab your phone. Sit quietly. Feel the air. Breathe deeply. Just be. Declutter your space and your life. Remove things you don't use. More space equals more peace. Fewer options equals clearer mind. A rich heart beats louder than a rich wallet. Live simply. Love deeply. Appreciate wildly. Chapter 13. Build resilience by preparing for adversity. This chapter is not gentle. It's tough love, because it tells you something hard to hear. Life will not always go your way. But that doesn't mean life is against you. It means you need to become stronger. Resilience is the ability to bend without breaking. It's the power to stand back up, again and again, no matter how many times you fall. This chapter gives you one of the most powerful techniques in the world: anticipation. Don't just hope for good days. Prepare for hard days. Imagine 2 farmers. Both plant crops in spring. Farmer A says, I hope the weather stays perfect. Farmer B says, the weather might change. I'll build a cover and prepare backup water. When storms come, A loses everything, but B survives because he prepared for adversity. That's resilience. You don't become mentally strong by avoiding pain. You become strong by expecting it, facing it, and rising through it. Do hard things on purpose. Wake up earlier. Take cold showers. Walk instead of driving. When you choose discomfort, you're training your mind for real life. Say, this might go wrong, and I'm ready. Before any project, ask, what's the worst that could happen? And how will I respond? Build a recovery system. When life hits you, don't stay down. Have go-to rituals, walking, journaling, calling a mentor, listening to powerful music. Know how to come back. Don't pray for an easy life. Pray for a strong back. Be the one who doesn't break, even when the world does. Chapter 14. Master your emotions and thoughts. This chapter goes to war, not with the outside world, but with the chaos inside you. Because the biggest battle you will ever fight is with your own thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who sees them. This chapter shows you that your emotions are not facts. They are visitors, messengers. They pass through, but they should not control you. Example, imagine you're driving. Suddenly, another car cuts in front of you. Your heart races. You feel hot. You want to scream. Now you have two choices. Option 1, react, yell. Speed up, get into a fight. You carry that anger all day. Option 2, pause, breathe, think. Maybe he's rushing to the hospital. You relax, you let go. Which one is stronger? Answer, the one who responds, not the one who reacts. This chapter teaches emotional mastery through space and stillness. Here's how to master your inner world. Label the emotion. When you feel something strong, pause and name it. This is anger. This is sadness. Naming gives you power over it. Don't trust the first thought. Your first thought is automatic. Your second thought is your choice. First thought, I'm a failure. Second thought, wait, I just made one mistake. That's normal. Which one you feed becomes your reality. Create thought checkpoints. Every few hours, ask, what's my mind saying right now? Is it helping me or hurting me? You are not a slave to your emotions. You are the master. If you choose to be, don't be ruled by moods. Don't be controlled by noise. Be the quiet observer inside, calm, wise, unshakable. Chapter 15. Navigate success and wealth with integrity. Let's start with a question. What's the point of success? If you lose yourself to get it, in this world, everyone is chasing. More money, more status, more likes, more fame. But this chapter asks a much deeper question. Who are you becoming in the process? Because real success is not about what you get. It's about who you become while getting it. You can have millions in your bank and still feel poor inside. You can be rich in the world's eyes and still bankrupt in your soul. Imagine two business owners. One man builds a company with honesty. He pays his employees fairly. He doesn't cheat customers. He grows slowly, but with pride and peace. Another man cuts corners. He lies in advertising. He underpays his workers. He gets rich, fast. But at night, he feels anxious. He knows. This success is hollow. 10 years later, the honest man sleeps peacefully, respected by his family and his team. The other one? Alone, stressed, always looking over his shoulder. This chapter reminds you, Success without integrity is just noise. It will never give you peace. Define your values before you chase results. Ask, what am I not willing to do, even if it brings money or status? Write your line and never cross it. Be proud of your process, not just your product. Don't just aim for the goal. Fall in love with doing the right thing, even when it's harder. Remember, character is wealth. Fame fades, riches fade. But your name, how people feel in your presence, that is forever. True wealth is not in your bank account. It's in your behavior. So walk with truth, work with pride, and build a version of success that doesn't just look good. It feels good. Chapter 16. Build meaningful relationships and empathy. This chapter is one of the most emotional in the book because it speaks to something we all want, but many of us don't know how to build. Deep, honest, heart-level connection. In this busy world, people have more followers than ever, but they feel more alone than ever. We talk a lot. We message a lot. We scroll through everyone's life. But when was the last time someone truly listened to your pain? Or when was the last time you sat down and asked someone, how are you really doing? This chapter teaches you a secret. The quality of your relationships is the quality of your life. Example: a man earns a big promotion. He celebrates at work. His name is in the company newsletter. But when he comes home, no one is there. He has no close friends. He's drifted away from family. He scrolls through messages, but there's no one he feels safe enough to call and say, "Can I just talk to you for a while?" Now imagine another person. She doesn't earn a six-figure salary, but she has 3 people she can cry in front of. 3 people who know her fears, her dreams, her real life. Guess who's wealthier? This chapter teaches, connection doesn't come from impressing others. It comes from understanding them. Listen to understand, not to reply. Put your phone down. Look into their eyes. Don't give advice unless they ask. Just be there. Be vulnerable first. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, when you share your struggles, you give people permission to open their own hearts. Give time, not just texts. Call them. Visit them. Sit in silence with them. Let your presence be a gift, not just your words. In the end, people won't remember your success. They'll remember how they felt when they were around you. So build your life not just with skills and goals, but with kindness, compassion, and real love. Chapter 17. Embrace change and adapt to life's challenges. Because life is not a straight line. It's full of broken plans, unexpected news, painful endings, beautiful surprises, sudden losses, unpredictable growth. And most people suffer not because of the change itself, but because they resist it. They say, "Why is this happening? It wasn't supposed to be like this. I want things to go back to normal." But this chapter teaches you, peace doesn't come from controlling life. It comes from learning how to flow with it. A woman works at a company for 8 years. One day she gets laid off. She cries, she panics, she feels worthless. For weeks, she tries to get her old life back. Then one day, she stops fighting. She says, maybe this is a new beginning. She takes a risk, starts a small business from her kitchen. 3 years later, she's successful and more fulfilled than ever. All because she chose to adapt, not collapse. Everything you're afraid to let go of might be the thing keeping you from your next level. Expect change. Don't be surprised by it. Say this to yourself every morning. Something might go wrong today, and I'll handle it with grace. See every ending as a redirection. Your job ends? Maybe your purpose is calling. A relationship breaks? Maybe you're meant to find your real self first. Life changes paths? Maybe it's showing you a higher road. Stay soft but unbreakable. Like water. It flows around rocks. It adjusts to the shape of the cup. But it never loses its nature. Be like that. Don't wish for life to stay the same. Wish for the strength to dance with the change. Because change is not the enemy. Staying stuck in what no longer serves you, that is the real danger. Chapter 18. Know yourself and practice self-awareness. This chapter is not soft. It's not about motivation. It's about truth. Because here's what most people don't know. You can't change your life if you don't know who you really are. Not your name, not your job, not your personality type, but your truth. What triggers you? What do you avoid? What makes your energy rise? What destroys your peace? Self-awareness is the secret key to life mastery. Because without it, you're driving blind. Think of a man who keeps failing in relationships. Every time he says, "People always leave me. I don't know why," but he never looks inward. He never asks, "Am I too controlling? Do I not listen? Do I push people away when I feel insecure?" He doesn't know himself, so he keeps repeating the same pain. Now imagine someone else. She sits quietly each night and writes, "What emotion did I feel most today? Why did I react that way? What's one thing I did that doesn't align with who I want to be?" Slowly, she becomes aware. She grows. She stops making the same mistakes. She becomes stronger, clearer, lighter. Because to know yourself is to set yourself free. Practice daily reflection. At the end of each day, write down, what went well? What triggered you? What did you avoid? What would you change if you could repeat the day? This takes 5 minutes, but it builds a lifetime of wisdom. Notice your patterns. Do you always quit when things get hard? Do you always say yes when you want to say no? Do you always get angry when you feel misunderstood? These are not random. They are patterns. And patterns can be broken, only when seen. Ask brave questions. Ask yourself, where am I lying to myself? What am I pretending not to know? What truth am I avoiding because it's uncomfortable? These are hard questions, but they will build your real identity. You can't upgrade your life if you don't upgrade your awareness. So don't be afraid to meet yourself, because the more you understand your mind, the more you'll command your future. Chapter 19. Choose your priorities and say no more often. This chapter is a wake-up call, a loud one. Because we live in a world where everyone wants your attention. Ads, notifications, people, drama, gossip, demands. And if you don't know your priorities, you will live for the priorities of others. This chapter teaches one powerful rule. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. That's why you must become a master of no. Because every yes to distraction is a no to your destiny. Every yes to toxic people is a no to your peace. Every yes to extra work is a no to your family. Every yes to what looks urgent is a no to what's actually important. There's a man who wants to write a book. He has the idea, he has the skill, he even has the time. But every time someone asks him to go out, help them with something, or just chill for a bit, he says yes. Weeks go by, months go by, and his dream sits untouched. Why? Not because he didn't have time, but because he didn't protect his time. Now imagine a woman who has the same dream. She blocks 2 hours every day. No calls, no meetings, no distractions. When people ask her to hang out, she says, "I'd love to, but I have something important to work on." And she finishes her book. Same life, different choices. Write your top 3 life goals. What really matters to you right now? Not what looks good, not what impresses others, but what makes your soul feel alive. Create boundaries like a lion. Protect your time, your energy, your mental space. Don't explain too much. Don't apologize for your focus. Say, "No thank you," and move forward. Make a distraction list. Write down 5 things you do often that give you 0 progress. Now remove or reduce them from your life for 30 days. You'll be shocked at how much more you get done and how much lighter you feel. Your life is not controlled by what you say yes to. It's shaped by what you say no to. So say no to what drains you. Say no to what delays you. Say no to what is not yours to carry. And say yes to what matters. Chapter 20. Turn obstacles into opportunities. This final chapter is a masterpiece because it teaches you the most important truth of all. Life will test you, but it's not trying to break you. It's trying to build you. Every obstacle, every failure, every setback. It's not the end. It's the invitation. The invitation to become stronger, wiser, and unshakable. A small business owner loses everything in a crisis. He feels broken, empty, lost. But then, he starts over. He builds a better business, one that's simpler, stronger, more meaningful. And he says, "That loss was the best thing that ever happened to me." Why? Because the fall showed him what truly mattered. It removed the noise. It forced him to grow. This is what the chapter teaches. Obstacles are not walls. They are mirrors. They show you who you really are. So the next time life throws something painful your way, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What is this trying to teach me? How can I grow from this? What strength is being born in me right now?" Shift from victim to student. Victim. Why is this happening to me? Student. What can I learn from this? Turn the wound into wisdom. Write about your pain. Share your lesson. Build something out of your scars. Remember, every hero was once broken. Behind every success story is a dark chapter. But they kept turning the page. The obstacle is not in your way. It is the way your pain will become your power. Your struggle will become your story. Your failure will become your fire. So walk through the storm, not with fear, but with faith. Because the storm is shaping your future strength. You have just completed 20 of the most powerful, life-changing, and mindset-shifting chapters ever written. Each one was not just a lesson. It was a mirror, a map, a sword. Now the question is not, "What did I learn?" The question is, "How will I live differently now?" You have the tools. You have the fire. You have the path. Now go and live the life you were meant to live. And if this summary helped you, share it. Save it. Come back to it every time you forget your power. And remember always, focus on what matters and leave the rest behind.